the work of the people. Throughout the show, I involve 36 participants from the audience who help make every performance one of a kind. Only by their contribution, whether through public speaking, singing, or being an intentional interruption, can the unique transformation to be found in the liturgy be attained. Every show is different because every audience's contribution is distinct. I'm telling you this because it's your contribution that will make this book unique. I will be your story porter. I will carry the heavy bags of putting together words and images that hopefully won't lead to death by boredom. But the magic of this read will be finding your own story in these pages. Which brings me to the elephant in the room, or the book, or the bookstore. This book's probable genre is Christian spirituality, which is fine, but admittingly isn't my choice. I'm very grateful for my partnership with Zondervan, and I'm overjoyed that they would pay me to publish a book with them. They've been a great teammate throughout the process. But if I had my druthers, I would categorize this book under something other than Christian spirituality. Like mystery, because something dies. Or memoir, although it's a weird memoir with a dash of self-help, midlife crisis, and a cherry of prayer poetry on top. Or how about life? Can we have a section in the bookstore that just says, how to figure out how to do life? This is a collection of words about how I've worked on living a life. All lives are unique, but surprisingly relatable. And my hope is that telling my story will help illuminate part of your journey as well. Christian and spirituality are pregnant with expectations. And I just want to state here that there are no expectations placed on you, the reader, to buy into any of these expectations. Spirituality just means we are going to have an honest, deep, and soulful conversation about life. Christianity is just the collection of sacred stories that I will be using to illuminate our present-day happenings, mostly because these stories are the most familiar to me. The reason old stories are told in every faith tradition is that they aren't stories that just happened back then, but they are stories that are happening right now. I grew up in the Protestant tradition, so the sacred stories that help me with the framework of life come from this tradition. In no way am I trying to convince you of anything or urging you to sign up to become a member of my religious club. This isn't a cult recruitment manual. I'm just using the sacred stories from my tradition to illuminate how we are finding ourselves in the same places women and men have found themselves since the beginning of time. Also, since I'm not attempting to sign you up for anything, my pronouns for God will vary from the commonly used pronouns one finds in certain religious circles. One writer in the Bible says God is love, so I may just say love in talking about the divine. God is the creator of everything, the giver of existence. So throughout the book, I simply call God the giver. Why am I doing this? For one, I'm an artist and I'm constantly dismantling assumptions to help awaken us to seeing the world differently. And two, I think creative play with language and imagery is just what you need from a guide on this journey. Let me tell you what kind of guide I hope to be. There's a place close to where I grew up called the Graveyard of the Pacific. Through the Pacific Northwest of the United States weaves the Columbia River, a 1,241-mile waterway that makes up a good portion of the border between Washington State and Oregon. This expansive river has become the expressway for salmon reproduction and human commerce for hundreds of years, leading ships from the Pacific Ocean to the famous ports along the way, including the hipster capital of the Northwest, Portland, Oregon, and the birthplace of the Goonies movies, Astoria, Oregon. It's a busy waterway carrying more than $24 billion in goods each year and a vital passageway for the surrounding area's economy. Yet, the river's mouth is known to be one of the most dangerous waterways in the world, the Graveyard of the Pacific. The strong flow of the river as it collides with powerful ocean waves has caused more than 200 shipwrecks and has claimed thousands of lives since record-keeping of ship movement started in 1792. Sailors must navigate rough waves, sometimes up to 25 feet high.